Rebecca Miller's She Came to Me with Peter Dinklage, Anne Hathaway, and some other actors whose name I can't remember. It is a somewhat twee kind of romance comedy about a woman, Anne Hathaway, who's sort of quite germaphobe and obsessive and neurotic. She also plays a therapist. Her husband, she's remarried, she's got a child. Her husband is this composer, this dwarf composer, played really well by Peter Dinklage. Dinklage is having writer's block. The son who she has had, Julian, I think his name is, who Anne Hathaway has raised with another man who died, is having a romance with the daughter of Anne Hathaway's maid, Polish maid. And this is the source of some anxiety because this daughter is of a much more conservative and much less privileged background. It's a fusion. It's a sort of comedic fusion of what is it? A fusion of George. How would you quite liked it?
Yes. What would I say? It's confusion of. It most reminded me of the Coen Brothers, of a film like Burn After Reading, for instance, or Raising Arizona, perhaps. Also, I mean, he's the name that cannot be uttered on the festival circuit anymore, but Woody Allen.
Yeah, has a New York Jewish sort of neurotic humor to it.
Absolutely. I mean, and the protagonists are a therapist, a conductor, and a kind of sketchily realized working class depiction of tugboat queen who turns out to be, or tugboat captain rather, who turns out to be
a sex and love addict.
A sex and love addict,
which is the thing that brings
she's addicted to romance.
Yeah,
aren't we all?
Yeah. And this is the thing which brings Dinklage's character off the writer's block. But it's also a scenario which causes a huge life choice for Anne Hathaway's character, who's sort of on the edge of a life of purity, such as her germophobia escalates to a form of complete religious purity. It's kind of quite watchable. It has moments of humor. It sort of formally thinks it's doing more than it is in terms of its sort of aspect ratio changing a lot.
No, I think the opposite. I think this is a product of inattention. Actually,
my inattention?
No, hers.
Oh,
I mean, this didn't strike me as a conscious choice because what was it? It was not suited to any particular thing. It wasn't like the external shots.
Yeah, there wasn't a codification of it, but it must have done it for some reason. It must have thought that it was such a sort of obviously strange choice.
And you did watch one of her earliers, right?
I did watch, which was sort of shot on DV and had a more kind of frenetic pace. But she does like these kind of stories, these interlinked stories.
Kind of,
but yeah,
bit of a mosaic one. I thought it was a great festival opener. It was. Most of the jokes landed, although the German audience in our press screening somehow felt otherwise.
Did they not translate, maybe?
Perhaps, yeah. Stony-faced.